Hello YouTube, Dave here again. Today I'm going to be unboxing the starter set for the Blade Runner role-playing game. This was sent to me by the folks over at Free League Publishing for the purposes of doing some videos on. So I really do want to thank them for that. However, as is always the case, they are not scripting or pre-screening the video, and the opinions that I express are 100% completely and totally my own. This is not going to be a review at this point in time. As you can see, it is still fully sealed. This is merely going to be an unboxing so we can kind of take a look at some of the contents inside. If you were wondering about the system or wondering about the starter set and just wanted to know what was included, then hopefully this video will help you with that. And I will be doing a review of the Blade Runner role-playing game in early January of 2023. I'm recording this on December 19th, so it's going to be a little bit. I just got this today, so I haven't had a chance to read too much of it. But from what I've seen so far, I actually really do like the system. So what we're going to do is we're just going to open this up right away, and we're just going to take a look at the contents inside. All right, so first things first, the box art here. It is actually a very glossy box. I was actually kind of surprised by that. I thought it was just the reflection of the plastic. But yeah, it's actually got a nice glossy finish here. Taking a look at the back, it does give you the table of content, or the contents, what's inside. So there's an 80-page condensed rulebook with the game mechanics are based on the acclaimed Year Zero engine, but further developed and uniquely tailored for Blade Runner. So the Year Zero engine was something like that the Alien RPG had, which was the dice pool system. Vossen also had that. However, this is sort of an updated version of that system. So instead of having a dice pool, what you actually have are ranks of proficiency, I guess is the term I'm going to use. So your attributes and the skills associated with those attributes are represented with a letter ranking, which would be like A through D. D being the lowest level of training, sort of the least amount of skill. C is considered to be like average skill. And then you've got B and A, with A being like exceptionally well-trained, sort of the pinnacle of what, you know, humans are capable of. And each letter of rank has a progressively higher die that you can roll. Similar to the Alien RPG, success when you're rolling your skill checks is on a 6 or better. Like 6 for your standard dice, because a D ranking will let you roll a D6, meaning that you can only succeed if you roll a 6, and you're only rolling 1 dice for your attribute and 1 die for your skill. So again, it's not quite like the Alien system where you're picking up a handful of dice and rolling. But if you have the C rank, which is again the standard, sort of like the average rank that an individual might have, then they would roll a D8. And again, they succeed if they roll a 6, 7, or 8 on the die. A B ranking, they get to roll a 10-sided die. And if they have an A rank, they actually get to roll a 12-sided die, meaning that they have a 50-50 chance of succeeding, or actually maybe a little better than 50%, because they succeed on a 6 through 12 instead of like a 7 or better. So really cool stuff. So they have the 80-page rulebook, 56-page booklet, Electric Dreams, the first full-length case file for Blade Runners to crack. So I think this is kind of based on more of like an investigation thing. There are 4 pre-generated characters, a huge full-color map of Los Angeles in 2037, and then it gives the it's the 864 millimeters by 558 millimeters. 26 full-color evidence handouts for players to pore over, including crime scene photos, data files, documents, maps, and more. I don't think I'm going to show too many of those because I don't want it to be too much of a spoiler. A custom manila envelope for the players to keep their evidence safe in, which is kind of cool. A time tracker sheet, 70 high-quality custom cards for non-player characters, chase maneuvers, obstacles, and initiative in combat. And it does come with 8 engraved transparent custom dice, 2 of each for D6, D8, D10, and D12. So really cool stuff. Let's go ahead and get the box open here. So here we have our dice, just the nice transparent red dice. You can see that it does actually have these symbols on them as well. So I think those are things you can do for like extra successes. So you get like a success, or you can get multiple successes. So I believe actually if you have a B or A rank when you're rolling a D10 or a D12, getting a 10 or higher, so a 10 or 11 or 12, would actually count as 2 successes for the purposes of being able to do like apply special abilities or stunts to your checks. So again, really, really cool stuff. And again, with the Free League starter sets, the dice are typically in a Ziploc bag, so you can actually, you know, take them out and then be able to put them back in. But yeah, really, really cool stuff here. If I can get it to focus. So we've got our dice. So here we have the cards and everything. We actually have some of the NPCs, and again, I think that's artwork. I don't think that's an actual picture. I could be wrong, but again, typically with the Free League stuff, they'll actually have artwork. Again, I'm not going to open all these cards here in this video because I don't want there to be any spoilers. Then we got the Free League games catalog, so you can see some of the great stuff that they have, such as the Alien role-playing game, the One Ring RPG, which I also have done some videos on. I need to actually get back into covering that in 2023. Tales from the Loop, the Forbidden Lands, Twilight 2000, Symbaroum, Vaesen, Morkborg, and I think they even have Cyborg. I don't know if that's in here or not. Mutant Year Zero, and then this one, Coriolis, which I usually get wrong. And of course, the Tales from the Loop board game. So cool stuff there. Then we've got our rule booklet and the Electric Dreams. These are pretty, you know, minimal in terms of like the cover art, but it kind of looks almost like a police file kind of setup. And again, there's some really nice artwork in the books, like really great stuff. It's laid out very nice as well. And you also have, what's also kind of cool about this one is you have both essentially like a physical damage, and you have stress, which is a form of like mental or emotional damage that you have to sort of manage both of those things. So again, really, really cool stuff. And with these starter sets, if it's anything like the Alien starter set, you really do can run quite a bit with just that rulebook. You don't necessarily need to have the core rules right away to be able to run stuff using that. So the rule booklets, like with the Alien system, I reference the rule book in the starter set more than I've referenced the rules in the core rule book, and they're pretty much very similar, like copy and paste from the actual full book as well, which means that, you know, you're getting pretty much the same information. It's just the book will have more things about like the setting, the flavor of that, as well as like more in-depth, like character creation rules would be in the core rule books there as well. So here we've got the looks like our envelope, and there's some stuff in here as well. So this might be like the handouts with the folder. So again, I don't want to show too much here because again, I don't want to spoil anything if people may be looking to actually play the system, but it's got some really cool stuff. Actually looks like a mock-up of a magazine in there too. And the envelope is actually pretty sturdy paper stock as well. Like it's not cheap feeling at all. So really, really cool stuff there. And then we got the map. I just don't, right now I've been in the middle of wrapping Christmas presents, so I just don't have the room for the map. But you can kind of see the way that they have it there. Some location maps. Our pre-generated characters. And what looks like a spot for taking notes, the time tracker, and just some more area and location maps. So again, you got the Hollywood sign, which is kind of cool. This does take place in a futuristic Los Angeles. So yeah, really, really cool stuff here, and I'm looking forward to diving into this. You know, as far as like a confession goes, I've actually never watched the original Blade Runner movie, so that's something that I am hoping to rectify over the holiday break as well. I've seen the sequel, the more recent one, and it was all right, but I really want to watch the original. But as far as the starter set goes, again, you got some really great stuff in here. Everything feels very high quality. Again, the rule booklets are not they're not like just stapled. They are actually nice quality covers, nice glossy cover on them, thick paper stock for the covers. They do have an actual binding on them. You've got a lot of really great handouts and just some extra stuff included in there to make your games run really, really great. And of course, you've got the cool dice with the resealable Ziploc bag. So can't really complain too much about that. So there we go. And we'll just put our little games catalog back in, and there you are. So that was the unboxing of the Blade Runner role-playing game starter set. Again, I will do more in-depth videos discussing the mechanics, trying to do like character creation, and giving my thoughts on the system overall. But I will say that at least just from like looking at the contents of the starter set, I am really impressed with what they've included here, the quality of everything. Again, nothing feels cheap. Everything feels to be very decent quality. And it really does feel like a lot of care went into creating the starter set. And Free League, like I said, is quickly becoming one of my favorite RPG companies. Everything that they've done that I've seen of theirs so far has been incredibly like top-notch stuff. So it's definitely worth checking out. And if you're interested in the Blade Runner role-playing game or other RPGs that Free League has to offer, like Alien or Mörk Borg or Tales from the Loop or Vossen, I will include a link to their website in the description below. So there you go. Let me know in the comments below if any of you picked up the Blade Runner RPG from Free League. Did you back the original Kickstarter, or did you pre-order it off of the website? Let me know that in the comments below. Anyway, I want to take a moment to thank each and every one of you for taking time out of your day to watch this video. It really does mean a lot to me. And I hope you all have a great holiday season, and I will see you all in 2023. Until then, take care.